Boom! We're back. Squeeze the Neck podcast. Back at GB Top Team with my new mate, King Charlie Hatton. Bush.
Oh man.
Thanks for doing this, mate.
To see you. No, it's good.
This has been a long time coming, this one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
So, Asbo Andrew, he
Yeah,
put us in touch.
he's
Said,
been on
out of all the
journey.
people, like whenever I do podcasts with people, you always sort of like ask the question like about people, whatever. And he was adamant, I got to get you on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
at long last, guys, we've got him. But for anyone who doesn't know, mate, who are you?
My name's Charlie Hatton. 5-time amateur lightweight champion. Former #1 amateur lightweight in the UK and Ireland. And now I'm pro, fighting out a GB Top Team. I fought my pro debut in August, and I won by vicious elbows.
Vicious elbows,
Vicious
not just elbows.
Vicious. And yeah, I'm having my second pro fight December 20th at the O2 Arena. So
It's all happening, mate.
that's
It's all
a bit
kicking
about
off.
me, yeah.
It's kicking off. So before we get into anything else, I'm assuming that accent's not from round these parts.
No,
Where are you
I'm from Portsmouth.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right,
yeah,
cool.
from Portsmouth.
So, side note, I've said this on here a million
Yeah,
times,
go on.
probably boring people. I did my last few years of school in Eastbourne, so along the coast. So I
Oh,
know a
yeah,
little bit
so
about
not
the South
far,
Coast.
yeah.
Yeah, so from Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And did MMA bring you to London?
Yes, so I've only been doing MMA about 6 years.
Okay.
And I started at Gym 01 in Portsmouth.
Okay.
That's like mainly the only gym down there.
Is that the
like,
Phil Harris? Where
Phil
he's from,
Harris,
right?
yeah, he was ex-UFC.
Yeah.
And now he's smashing the BJJ scene. You probably
Yeah,
know him,
yeah.
don't you?
Well, I know him from UFC. I watched him fight, I think, at the O2.
Yeah, and
like,
he's doing like some BJJ
Right.
comps and that now. He's still like looking good. But yeah, but I'll just come in now. Like now I'm pro. Obviously, this gym's just like the best in the UK, probably
Yeah.
Europe. We've got all sorts of bodies. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
A lot of people sort of in and around your size as well here, aren't there?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
You come in here and you're sport for choice on the
Oh,
mats, aren't you?
it's crazy. Yeah, all different body types, sizes, styles,
Yeah.
everything. So,
Right. And like you said you fight at lightweight, right?
Yeah.
How easy is that? Because like obviously we're sitting down, people can't see. You're not the smallest fella in the world to make it lightweight. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, that's the thing. I'm going up to welterweight now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, so my whole amateur career I was lightweight, but I've always been. The problem with lightweight and welterweight, there's 7 kilos between it.
Right.
So obviously with every other division, like in the lower end, there's 4 kilos. But when it gets to lightweight, welterweight, and then welterweight to middleweight, it's 7 kilos. So it's like you can be a big lightweight, but not the biggest welterweight.
Right.
But obviously I'm on the big side of lightweight. It's like the last.
Well, you say that you can. Also, you can be a big lightweight and a small welterweight, can't you?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
because like from sparring with people and whatever training, the difference between lightweights and welterweights
Yeah.
is almost like, for anyone who doesn't know, it's almost like free weight divisions. I
Yeah.
know it's not in terms of poundage,
Yeah,
but
I know
in
what you
terms of
mean.
like you grab hold of someone who's a lightweight and you grab hold of someone who's a welterweight, it's very very different.
Very different, yeah. But that's another thing. Like, I've never struggled with strength.
Right.
Like I've got my own carpentry business. I'm not doing it now, but I've been like on building sites since I was like 15.
How old are you now?
I'm 28 now.
Okay, real man now at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, yeah, I am a man now. But like, I've noticed like some people, depending on how they've lived their life as a child. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
depending how active they've been.
Right.
So strength's never really been my issue.
Well, weight's deceptive too, isn't it? Not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
weight in terms of, let's say, what's your average lightweight walk around at? Should we say like 80 kilos ish?
Wow, I would say a good lightweight, like eating not what they want, but like on a good eating a lot, like 82.
Right. So say, but this is my point. So 82 is deceptive too, because 82 don't sound that big. But if you're 82 and you're training twice a day and eating healthy versus you just weigh 82 kilos,
Yeah.
that's a big difference.
Exactly. Like me, like 10 days after making lightweight, I'm 85.
As well. Right. Yeah.
And that's not going crazy. That's just like eating again.
Well, looking at the weekend just gone, Islam Makhachev, right, which I'm sure we get into at some point on this podcast, is like, he looked bigger than the welterweight champ, and he's just come
yeah,
up from.
didn't
right,
he? He
Do
didn't
you
look.
know what I
He
mean?
looked like he should have been there. Do you know,
Exactly,
like-
yeah. He looked too powerful for him, for my money, but we come to that as we
Yeah,
go.
well, that's what I mean about the weight cutting thing as well. Like, I don't know actually who. There's a lot of infighting, and you'll probably know this in Jiu Jitsu and stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that like rules, unwritten rules, but no one knows why.
Right.
Like, and I believe the weight cutting thing's one of them things.
Right.
like straight away someone will walk in a gym and you'll be like, he's there. You'll try and like say his weight class without even knowing him or feeling it. Do you know what I mean? People's like, he's a lightweight. He's a
and it's
featherweight.
wrong to me.
I even done it for years, and now I'm thinking, why though? Like it's like because everyone thinks the weight advantage is like this massive thing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Cool. My background was boxing, right? Amateur boxing was my first combat sport I competed in. And people used to say that about me a little bit, like of you should be fighting at such and such weight. But they're looking at the top half of me. I had bigger legs and things. So when I was stripped off, they'd look at my legs and go, oh, okay. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's not as clear cut as that, because we all know people that fight, let's say middleweight, for example, and you see them in clothes, like in a coat and whatever, they don't look that big. No. But then when you watch them train and they're in their training and they're stripped down, you go, the build is different, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Well, perfect example. It's like Mike Tyson, isn't it? Or Usyk.
Perfect.
Like Mike Tyson, I think I looked him up the other day. He's got more like attributes,
yeah,
height and reach wise. Obviously, he's mad tank.
Yeah.
But it's like everyone said he should have been a cruiserweight, and it's like
I think he did alright heavyweight. You know what I mean? He's alright.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I think he's doing alright.
Yeah.
Usyk's another one.
Yeah.
Like I think you've just got to like really understand what God's gifted you with and your body. Because everyone's got genetics, isn't they?
Of course, man.
And you've got to find out what yours are and use them at a high level. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. And it's also like diminishing returns too, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's no good, like, you know, going back to my amateur boxing days, I'm talking about just a for nothing club show. I cut weight to get down at one point, and I remember being in there. I was only, 19, 18 probably. And, you know, you just feel flat.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like, I'd have been better off fighting someone bigger and feeling good, because I'm dead here.
Exactly. I'm noticing that now just in training. Like, like with me making lightweight, the last 3-4 weeks is just like ridiculous. Like I'm not eating nothing.
What do you weigh when you're fit and you're training and you've got, let's say we're 2 weeks out from about before you started?
2 weeks out from the fight, I'm 81.
Do you know what I mean? That's a hell of a cut, isn't it?
And I was just saying this to someone then. What you want to be really walking into fight week, I would say, is like 7 kilos into fight week. 7-8 kilos. But with lightweight, like for me to be 77, which is 7 above, I'm like empty already. And then I've got to get 7 litres of water out my body. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's ridiculous. Some people, like I said, body type, some people are like a kilo or 2 lighter than me. So they're not too bad, but I'm on that end where it's just like all you got to do is look at my weigh-ins and look at all. Do you know what I mean?
Like a patient,
yeah.
But it's interesting too, because like what we were saying before about weight doesn't really, because like people look at you and go, you should fight at such and such. But like again, some people don't lose weight, do they? Do you know, in terms of like that's what they are. They train hard, and that's about as low as they get.
That's me. Like I say, I'll be 81. But I'm already like my body. You look at my body, and I'm not ripped because I'm not that type of. I ain't got that body type, but I'm just like thinner. And like I remember I'd get down to like 77. I'd be looking in the mirror thinking, I've got to get all this out still. It's like obviously people hold muscle and fat like different, don't they? Some people they look lean. Do you know what I mean? But
and 7 kilos is a massive drop as well for anyone like who works in pounds. That's 15 pounds plus, isn't it? Right? 15, 16 pounds. Whereas it's like, to get that off is no joke. Do you know what I mean? Like to get that out of your body, and then not just get it out of your body is one thing, but then the next day you've got to kind of a fight.
Yeah, well that's another thing. On fight day, don't get me wrong, I've always done well, and to be fair, the cuts never actually, like I would never say the cuts made me fight bad, but it's how you feel on, like after you've made weight. Like you almost forget you're fighting. Where the weight cuts like such a massive thing, you'll focus so much on that. Once you make weight, you're thinking. Like you eat and all, you refuel, and you're thinking, "Fuck me, I've got a fight tomorrow." Like that's the fight, the making weight. And then on fight day, it's like, you're never at your best because you're trying to put 8-9 kilos in like 30 hours. Even Makachev said this, didn't he? He said like he's at 60% because by the fight, you don't even train at that 79, do you? Like I just said to you, I'm 81. I'm training at 81, but when I fight, the biggest I can get is like 80, 70 knots. So it's like, it's not even realistic.
Well, the thing is this, if you're training at I know I'm oversimplifying it, but if you're training at 81, by the time you step in the cage, you kind of want to weigh 81, right? Because that's what your body's used to being. So but if you weigh in at 77, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? You know, of
exactly.
Course, there's going to be bigger welterweights than you, but at the end of the day, if you're feeling good,
mate,
that's
I feel,
battle.
like I say, in training's the proof, innit? Like when I want people to go down, they're going down. Like before in training, you're coming in, you're on 2,000 calories, you're like, I don't even want to fucking try and take them down.
Well, that's a big part too.
Now I'm coming in full of, I'm like grabbing people and just, do you know what I mean?
But you lose interest is a part of it too, isn't it? Like when you're drained and you feel like that, it goes beyond like the health side of it. There's a lot. There is a big aspect of I just can't be bothered today.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, listen, that's not a good place to be, is it? It goes without saying. And longevity, you're 28, so you're not getting any smaller, are you?
Nah, exactly. Well, that's the thing as well. I started at 21,
right.
And I remember my first weight cut. It was good, but even then I looked terrible.
Did you?
And I think, obviously, I've been training, like I said, about 7 years now. So think of the muscle and the density I've built over these 7 years, like wrestling every day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, if that was hard when I was 21, like it's not going to get easier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way I was thinking about it as well is, if you notice a lot of the high level lightweight, Topuria done it at featherweight, and Makhachev's doing it at lightweight. Like they all talk about going up in weight, don't they? It's because I know for a fact it's because they're fed out of the weight cut.
It's got to be, innit?
So I want to do it now because I don't want to get high up and then think I want to. Do you know what I mean? But then you're already ranked, and if you go up, you'll go down in rank. Do you know what I mean?
Of course,
so it's like thinking ahead. I'd rather build into the body shape now. Do you know what I mean?
And you don't want to start getting up. I can't speak for you, but I'm assuming you don't want to get up the levels a little bit. The weight's a big issue, and you can't give the performances, and then you fall back before you've got to the big show. Innit?
And it's like, hang on a minute, I'm meant to be a fighter, not a weight cut, not a weight cutting expert.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
60% of your focus is on the weight. Wow, 80% is on the weight cut. You're just turning up, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what's coaches and stuff say to you? They all for it, the going up?
Yeah, Brad said, like, he said, I'm not all against it. He said, obviously, it'd be like you want to be bigger, but it's not the be all and end all.
Right.
Like, and at the end of the day, there's proof at the highest level.
Of course,
like Poirier went up and just KO'd.
He's talking about going again, isn't he? He's talking about going after Islam
again.
Again.
He's that confident, and like fair play to him. Obviously, I wouldn't ever like not believe in myself either. Like fair play if he wants to do that. Obviously, weight does matter at a certain point.
Right.
But even then, mate, if your mind's that strong, like I said to you just now, like God gives you certain gifts. So like the bigger you get, the less endurance you get. So there is still ways you can beat the big guys. Do you know what I mean? Like
speed carries.
Speed's
a killer.
Exactly. So yeah, like it's not the be all and end all weight,
no,
is it? Do you know what
of course it's not. No, and I think it's more the heavier guys, and people have disagreements on this. If you're sparring less, less rounds is what I'm trying to say. The advantage in some ways can be to the smaller guy because again we said they're faster, right?
Yep.
The problem with going with big guys all the time, like if your only sparring partners were heavyweights, it's the damage you're going to take constantly too.
Exactly.
But also the pace is different, so you're not really adapting for what you're going to be fighting.
Nah, that's why even here I get rounds in with all different types, like smaller guys, bigger guys, because like the smaller guys they can throw like 10 punches in like 5 seconds. You know what I mean? So you get a different look. They're faster, and then like you said, the bigger guys, like they're stronger, powerfuler, but less output.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to do as well. Like get different looks. Do you know what I mean? Like body types.
Especially when you've not got a fight immediately up coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like,
yeah.
It's good to mix things up.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
Isn't it? Because a little guy, like you said, like if you was to do sparring with, let's say, for example, a flyweight who's fast.
Yeah. He's like,
it ain't easy, is it?
No,
you know what I mean? You've still got a headache on your hands.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Unless you get a hold of him and try and squash him.
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
You ain't really training,
no,
are you?
You're not trying to get better then, are
exactly,
you? You just want to win.
And listen, there's a time.
Sometimes I'm doing that though. You little cunt.
Yeah, exactly. Come here. Yeah. But like with you starting at 21. What was you doing before that? Was you into any combat before?
So literally, like I say, so I left school. Obviously, I got kicked out of school as a naughty boy when I was 15, and I just went straight into construction.
Right.
And then I played football when I think I was about 10 to about 15, and then I grew out of that and just stopped enjoying it, like the training aspect and all that. And then I just went straight into construction. And then obviously I went to college, done carpentry, and then I was just working basically. And then I was living life as a teenager, you know what I mean, going out and doing all that, holidays and stuff like that until about 21. And then I always wanted to do it though. Like me and my brothers, when we was younger, we used to watch Bruce Lee and all that.
Right.
Not so much boxing films, but like martial arts. and obviously we'd be scrapping and like doing arm bars on each other and stuff.
Oh,
like
you
that.
was into
yeah,
that?
yeah.
How old are your brothers? What's the age?
So I've got an older brother. I've got 2 older brothers. I think one of them's 5 years older than me, and the other one's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
So obviously, what's that? 31 and 35-ish, maybe.
Right.
I don't even know their age. And then my younger brother's 2 years younger than me.
So
he's
you're all
26.
close enough to scrap,
Yeah,
aren't
we literally, we was just scrapping all the time when we was
yeah.
kids, watching Bruce Lee, like Ip Man. Do you remember films like
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
And then, like I say, I was in like that sort of going on holidays, drinking, partying when I was like 18, 19, 20. I always wanted to do, like, I'd watch McGregor and stuff like that on telly, and I'd think, I could do that, I know I could. But like, you just, obviously because of my lifestyle, I was just like, never did.
Right.
And then I got to a point where one day I was just like, mate, I'm going to gym. I was in Portsmouth, my area, and I just turned up there and I never looked back since.
Right.
Literally went in there, and then like, I'm obsessive as well. Like even in carpentry, like I'm hard worker, like 7 days a week. Do you know what I mean? Built my business up. So when I got into MMA, it was like I just forgot about all that, and I was just like,
I'm surprised you didn't build yourself an MMA gym and like build a cage for yourself.
yeah,
like,
build my own one.
I'll do my own one. Yeah, I don't need you. But like, what's the thinking when you're 21? Like, at what point after you start training are you sort of going like, I want to have a fight now?
Yeah, so literally, like I say, almost straight away, I was training. I think my first fight was like 6 months within training.
MMA fight straight away?
Yeah, you'll actually laugh about how I had my debut. I lost it. I fought at middleweight, 84 kg. Because obviously, basically, I started training, like, the coach must have seen something in me, a little, like, in me. And I was training, like, out working, getting there early, staying late. But obviously, I was just a beginner, just like roughing through everything. Like I was going with like high level people, they're just submitting me, but I'm just like going hard. I'm just going hard, thinking it's gonna work. But anyway, so yeah, we got about 6 months in, and there was a show in Portsmouth called Shock and Awe, and that was our local show. And our coach was like, "Do you want to fight on it?" And I said, I had a holiday booked for Ibiza for 10 days. So I'm like, this was my last holiday, by the way. So I was like, no, I'm not going to fight on this show because obviously I've got a holiday. But like when I'm back, like this is it. I want to fight in that. This is like 6 to 8 months training. So I've gone on the holiday, the 10 days, got back, gone straight, like say I got back, I can't remember, like a Thursday. I went back to training Monday, so I had a couple of days and got straight back into sparring, grappling, everything. And it was like a week out from the show. And the promoter had a pull-out. Bearing in mind, this is why it was at middleweight, because obviously I've just got back from Ibiza. I'm like 85, just like full of everything. Like, do you know what I mean? And I got he said, "Do you want to fight on 3 days' notice?" So I took it, obviously. Yeah. I was just, but in my mind, I thought, I know where I'm going anyway, so I'm not going to turn it down because like I just thought I want to get the experience. But yeah, obviously I just got caught in a guillotine. I was like,
was he a proper middleweight, the guy as well?
Yeah.
So he was a big.
He's cutting weight. He was massive. He was probably 90 odd.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like a little fat fucking. Do you know what I mean?
You're a lightweight fighting a middleweight, basically. Yeah.
So and yeah, that's how my debut went. But obviously after that, I was just like, and then I went on like a fucking crazy run. Got all the belts. Got #1 in the UK and Ireland out of like 850 fighters.
Nice. And what was your next fight at lightweight after that, or did you work down?
Yeah,
well?
Literally, my coach was like, "Look, well done for taking that. Obviously, you don't want to turn it down just because like, it's amateur."
Right. Don't really matter, right?
No, yeah, and I was clued. I'd never even sparred without headgear on. Like I'm used to sparring and like, do you know what I mean? I got in the cage in my little pants. Like we didn't even used to take our t-shirt off. We're sparring full gear. Right. I remember walking out. I sold like 50 tickets as well because obviously all my mates knew I was training and I was proper looking forward to my like debut. And I sold like 50 tickets in 3 days. And and yeah, I just remember walking out like in these little pants, my little cup, and just like naked basically. Yeah. And I'm like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously after that, got in shape, like down to lightweight, and then yeah, like that was it then.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
3 days notice. Like
3 days notice.
The coach, what's the coach thinking? I'm not at anyone. I'm not criticizing. But the coach is going, yeah, I'll go and fight middleweight.
Believe it or not, he's our coach, but he run the show as well.
We need someone. Come on, Charlie.
So I'm a bit like, oh, all right.
And how's that work? You sold 50 tickets. You get some money for that.
Yeah, you get like a few quid per ticket.
Right.
I can't like a $5 a ticket, I think. So
okay, so it's worth doing.
I've done all right, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I say, it's more decision at the end of the day. My mentality was like, it's an amateur fight. I want to fight. I'm not going to turn down a fight because I've just been on holiday. Obviously now there ain't no holidays. That, like I said, that was my last holiday 8 years ago. Like 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Because after that, I'd already had that one sort of booked with like the lads when I started training. So I was like, we're going to go. But once I got back from that, I was just like, I don't even want to go on holiday now.
Yeah.
Like, now it's focus. And obviously it paid off.
And when you come back, was that like, I'm going to be a full-time fighter now and that's that?
Well, no, obviously I've only just started being full-time now. Like obviously I was running my business. Like when I come out here still, I was working like 6, 7 days a week still.
Really?
Like,
when you come to London? How long have you been in London?
Well, I still live in Portsmouth.
Oh, you still live
driving out, yeah.
Oh, are you? Okay.
So,
dedication in itself, isn't it?
Mate, it's crazy. So I've been here now for a year.
Okay.
But it's only been the last 3 months that I've been like not working now. But well, I'm still working like little bits here and there, obviously. Right. But when I first come up here, I was training with all these pros. Like I'd finish at 12, shower, and then go hang a door somewhere, or like, do you know what I mean? Back on the tools till 6, and then I'll go home, go to bed, back to London.
Right. Yeah.
So, mate, the grind has been crazy, to be fair.
What's that from here? Hour and a half drive, we talking?
2 hours.
2 hours,
yeah.
Right, so back and forth constantly.
So it takes an hour and 20 on the way home, because obviously it's clearer.
Right.
But in the mornings, 2 hours.
Right,
so
of
I'm getting up at 6, I'm leaving at 7, I'll get here for 9, do a bit before, and then I'll train, and then obviously I'll do a bit after, and then I'll drive home. I'm home by 4 o'clock. It's a day's work, do you know what I mean?
Of course, yes. Like, it is basically a 9 to 5 almost.
Yeah, but I've took my work ethic from owning a business into this. Like, I've scheduled it all perfectly. I'm getting a lot done, do you know what I mean?
But you'll be a good person to answer this as well, because I've also known people, I'm sure you have too, that they go from working and their career's progressing and they're doing well, they give up work to go full time and their career actually goes downhill. And now my theory on this is there's a lot of moving parts to that too. But also I feel like people they put too much stress on themselves. They do too much. They're doing this. Whereas before, when they're working, they sort of treat it like a job. And I'm not sort of bumming it down, but you know, it's like there's training and there's fight camp training, right? Yeah. So like if I said to you, okay, Charlie, you ain't got a fight coming up. You've just had a fight. You've got a bit of time. Your training's going to look obviously very different than if, all right, Charlie, 6 weeks' time. Do you know what I mean? It's different, right?
Zoning in.
And in some ways, you're probably doing more training when the fight's not coming in terms of hours, right? Because you are treating it a bit more like banging a nail in a door to sort of relate it to what you're doing.
Well, the thing is with that, I'll tell you now, like, I'm surprised I built my business up. Right. Because since I started this, it's been everything. Like, I'm at work listening to podcasts, like, not even talking to people. Yeah. Like, people used to laugh because, like, I'd come into work back because we'd done some work before, like, you got all the other trades and that. I'd come in, put my headphones in, I'm listening, I'm studying, like, do you know what I mean? Like an interview from like a championship fight, or do you know what I mean? Or like a podcast on like diet, do you know what I mean? Or MMA, and like everyone's at tea break talking. I'm still working or going up tea break on my own, sitting in the vat because like.
Oh, you're the oddball on site.
And then like after a fight, there'd be like 2 days where I can eat what I want and all that, and I've got a bit of sugar in me, and they're all like, "Oh, you've got personality. You're back." Because in like 90% of the year, I'm just like focused, studying. Do you know what I mean? Because my mentality was like, if I've got to work, because obviously it's different in England and stuff like that. Like these some countries like Russia and that, they're doing it all the time and training, isn't they? There ain't no work. Right. But so my mentality always was, if I've got to work as well, I need to find a way to outwork everyone still while working. So my thing was, obviously getting up earlier, training before work, and then I'd go to work, and then, hang on, I've still got to be learning. So I'm listening to podcasts, do you know what I mean? Like trying to upgrade my mind, not my body so much. And then after work, I'm training up, do you know what I mean? Cool. So I don't even know what did we get onto that?
I asked you about training like in camps and out of camps and how to treat you like a job.
Oh no, that was it. So the career thing, like, this may sound crazy, but I don't give a shit about my career. Like, construction, carpentry. Like, my view is I can do that when I'm 40.
Right.
I'm already 10, 12 years into carpentry.
Right.
Like, I can do that when I'm 40. Like, my thing always, like, that's why I said I'm surprised I built my business up.
Right.
Because I built the business up, like I say, with me and my brother, and now he's obviously doing it. But I'm like, well, actually, the reason I probably did build it up, actually, was to give me the freedom.
Yeah,
because obviously before it was 9 to 5.
Yeah. You can't go work in a bank and do this, can you?
The reason I get to come here is because I built a business up where I'll do my own clients. I can do it. I can start work at 12 because I'm here. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But 9 to 5, you can't do that, can you?
No, of course not. Especially if you've got like what you'd call like a proper job,
Yeah.
where you've actually got to turn up at 9, clock
Exactly.
out, it's over. Because listen, with all the best intention, if you've got to train early in the morning before you go to, let's just say, a bank as a bland sort of job, you've got to be in the office at 9, you leave at 5, then go and train. The quality of, I don't care how dedicated you are, the quality of your training can't be the same.
Like I say, I admit, like, the quality of training was horrible towards the end when I was in Portsmouth, but I got to #1 in the UK. So I was doing something right, but towards the end, like I was saying to you, I was getting up at 4, training for an hour, working on a bit manual labour, carrying toolboxes, carrying fire doors all day till about 3, and then I'd go home, have a bath, eat some food, and then I was at the gym from 6 till 10. Right. 4 hours.
Which is no joke.
So I was training, obviously the older you get it's harder, but for the first 5 years I was training 5 hours a day and working 7 hours a day.
Full time,
and study. So obviously that's the reason I got to where I've got to, but like it's just been towards the end, like it started to the performances in the gym.
Right.
Like I was getting home from work thinking, I do not want to go training.
Right. Right.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously I put up with it for 4 or 5 years, but it's like anything in it. Like there's a limit. At some point, shit needs to change.
It's got a shelf life living like that.
Exactly.
Forever you can't do it.
When you're beginning, you're eager, like you do it because you're obsessed. But then, no, everyone's human. It don't matter how much you want it. Like if you're working literally 18 hours a day, manual labour, at a certain point, like you'd get the training. I'm just like, this is the last place I want to be.
Mate, I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in combat sports. Is a lot to do with.
You got to be creative.
You got to be interested too, because like if you're bored, it's no good training 7 days a week. You're better off training 3 hours a week and just like showing up and having fun with it.
Mate, I was stupid. Like I was saying just now. Like I've even got all the videos and the stories saved on my Instagram from like when I was 22, 23. I used to sleep 3 hours a day.
Yeah, right.
I've got stories on my phone in the gym at 3 a.m. because I had to go work, like pay the bills. So I was getting up at 3, getting to the gym for 3:30, doing 2 hours on the tread. And I was doing shit that like now I wouldn't even do. It's just like, you just do it though when you're a beginner, don't you? Yeah. Like I'm running on the treadmill for 2 hours. That don't even help you if I in.
Not physically, it doesn't. But in here, you've believed it, so
bro,
it did.
I'm on that treadmill, no headphones in, just thinking.
But it's the belief thing, innit? Because now if I rung you tomorrow and said, Charlie, listen, mate, I'll knock for you at 3, yeah? We're going to the gym, we're going to run for 2 hours. You'd look at me and you go, what the fuck are you talking about? No, we ain't. I'm going to sleep.
Because you're smarter now. But I still believe you should do that, though. If you, like, I don't regret it. No. And I'm proud I've done it. It shows how much I wanted it. But obviously you get to a point where you're just like, there's diminishing returns. Yeah. It's like, you can't do this forever.
No.
You've got to be smart, like IQ, do you know what I mean?
And it's like anything with training. Your training develops over time, doesn't it? Like, you're not still learning the closed guard armbar, are you?
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because you get to a certain point where it's like, that's enough now.
Yeah, exactly. At the beginning, there's so much to learn. Yeah. You've got to do hours and hours of volume. Yeah. But then you get to a stage where you know, and it's just adding little bits in, innit?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
And pace of training is different too. Because here's one thing I've found recently. Like training, I've just trained hard and hard and hard for a long time. Whereas sometimes it's good to kind of go, okay, I've got 4 privates today, right? Yeah. They're all sort of blue belt level. So what am I going to do? Like try and tap all of them quick? Or do I just sort of like flow and let them
give them your back
and just play the game from there? And like, as much as it's their session and you're doing it for them, I found that it improved my game massively. Yeah. Because it's the equivalent to me of running around the block in terms of, do you know what I mean?
Perfect example, Andrew.
Right.
People look at us like we're mental. Like I know the coaches don't get it. And Andrew's always like, is this good for you? And that. I'm like, mate. Because, like I said, he's 91 kg.
Is he that big? Yeah.
Yeah, he's 91, and obviously he's 60, but he's strong. Yeah. He's solid.
And when we say 60 years old, you heard that right.
60 years old, yeah.
An animal,
He's an animal. right, he outworks a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
He's wrestling 6 days a week. I'm like, chill.
Yeah, chill out. Take a rest day, yeah.
But yeah, like, even though he's not a fighter, he's not a high-level wrestler and all this stuff, he's a 91 kg built human, like, and we train for hours. Like, we're always doing extra. But like that, it's like resistance training. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would rather do that with him for an hour than go in the gym and lift weights for an hour.
Right.
Because my mindset is, them weights, obviously it's going to help you, but we're building muscles doing this, what I need for my sport. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Listen, I believe that is how you get strong. And I think the weight room stuff, what people call strength and conditioning, of course it gets you strong. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's more, for my money anyway, it's more to look after this, to do that.
Yeah, it's like an MOT, service.
Right, exactly. Like, we've all grabbed a hold of a wrestler and you've gone, Jesus Christ.
Because they've been chucking humans around. Do you know what I mean?
They've been grabbing people forever.
And like I said to you as well, like, I've never had a strength issue. Like, I've gone with people, my weight, my size, everything, and they're genetically better than me in other places, but I've been on a building site for 12 years, carrying like 4 doors up, 6 flights of stairs, like that. And then this guy's been in an office. Right. And I'm not putting them down, I'm just saying there's a natural strength that I've got already. So I think if you've been in an office or a job like that for 12 years, you need to focus more in the strength room. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I can spend more time on the skills because like I just said, I've been carried, like, you've just got a different strength. Does that make sense?
Mate,
it's
so
true.
I can totally relate. I used to, when I left school at 15 as well, and I went laying carpet. So I was exactly the same. Lifting heavy
on
carpets
your knees,
all day, on your knees, carrying boxes upstairs. And it does give you something.
That's why gymnasts are so strong.
Of course they are,
because they don't look it, but they're hanging on. I think I've been studying this before, and they train like 8 hours a day because they're not going to failure. No. They're not going in there and deadlift it. They're just hanging, swinging, doing pull-ups.
Treating it like a job. What people call farm strength. And
exactly.
You know what I mean? And I believe in that. I really do.
Like, we had someone, Nordine, shout out Nordine. When I think he's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was doing gymnastics from like 4 till about 14. And then he stopped. Right. And he was one of the first fighters at Gym 01 when I got there. And he's slim. Like, if you looked at him, he's just a slim guy. But he's like running up walls doing backflips, and like, you touch him and he's just got that strength. Yeah. And when he told me about the gymnastics, I was like, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, he doesn't look strong, like massive, but you grab him and it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I did gymnastics. I did gymnastics for that, not for the sake of doing gymnastics. I was already like, grown up sort of thing. But like, I did it for my strength work and stuff.
Yeah, well, GSP did, didn't he?
Right, and that's probably where I got it from. To be fair. But it's like, it works, man. And what I noticed with that, you don't feel stiff. You feel good. Your body feels good. And again, I probably did that too hard. Like, going back to what you said, not going to failure. I did do it to failure. So I kind of didn't help myself there. But I feel like there is an element of treating it like a job. Like what you said, you're carrying doors upstairs. You're not running up the stair with a door. You're not carrying as many as you can. Yeah, you're just doing it constant, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Exactly. And I think you can take that into anything, like hitting the bag. I feel like sometimes, again, I'm not talking about 3 weeks out from a fight, but I'm talking about sometimes it's good to go into the gym, put the gloves on, don't overly think it. Just hit the bag for 45 minutes solid.
Play, have fun, flow.
I mean? Yeah.
That's the key of my whole training now. That's why I can get a lot done. Right. Like, a lot of it's, I'm loving it. Me and Andrew do an hour, and it's like the 12th round timer goes off, and we're like, what? Because we're like chucking each other about, underhook pummeling, like it's fun. Yeah. And I feel like that's why I'm so technical as well. Right. Like, I'm so technical, but like, I do my live round still, of course, but a lot of my training is just flowing, like, because, like we just said, that analogy of the gymnasts, they're so strong. They're the strongest athletes because they do 6-7 hours a day. Yeah. If you're going hard every day, you can't do 6-7 hours a day.
No, you can't. Of course you can't.
But if you're flowing, you can do 3-4 hours a day plus a few live rounds. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, and again, I'd tie that into what we were talking about earlier with the interest level. If me and you go and train for an hour and we're sparring, but we're not sparring, it's fun. And like you say, when that last round goes off, you're like, oh, whatever. Yeah. Versus if me and you go, right, I'm going to fucking beat him today. Yeah. 3 rounds in, we're both exhausted.
You're like,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your mind switched off then, innit? and you're not looking forward to it. Like, I'm on my way up here thinking about like training with Andrew and that. We're like loving it. We do you know what I mean?
Mate, I've got to get in on this little group, haven't I? Like, Andrew, where's my invite?
Mate, I says it to him all the time because he thinks like, I don't know, where he's obviously older and stuff like that. He's like, you sure? I'm like, mate, yes. Like, I know. The thing is though, it's a mental thing, isn't it? A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people are different. They like to just go hard, which is fine. But I actually heard about the Russians as well. Apparently that's why they're so good and they dominate in the Olympics and all that, because they never go hard. No, they flow. Yeah. If you watch like on YouTube and stuff like that, they're just playing, they do hours of drills. Yeah. Whereas like a lot of the mindset is like go hard 3 or 4 days a week, but they're like going light 6 days a week. Yeah. So they're literally over the year, they're getting 2 years in and you're getting 1 year in.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And they're not injured and mashed
and
up
from it. They're the ones with all the gold medals.
Right.
So,
well, I don't know if have you ever trained with any of the sort of Eastern Bloc Europeans?
Yeah, I fought a few of them
right.
as well.
So I was lucky enough to go to Bulgaria and train wrestling for a week years ago. Yep. And it is like that. Don't get me wrong, it is hard training, but it's like, there's like I don't know how to put it, like a flow to the way they train, where it's like they're like cats. Do you know what I mean? It's like a relaxed kind of like everywhere you go, it's like fucking leave me alone for a second. Do you know what I mean? I know. Some people can't do it. Like I say, it takes a certain mind. Yeah. That's why like when I find someone I can train with like that who's good with that, it's rare. Yeah. Because like you say, a lot of people think, what we do? Like, come on. Yeah. Yeah. But the proof's in the pudding. Look at the highest level. All the top fighters. Yeah. They flow, like Anderson Silva, John Jones, fucking McGregor. Yeah. That, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, yeah, you've got to find that. The way I look at it, you've got to find a way of outworking everyone, ain't you?
Right, you have. And also, you've got to look after this.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because it's all good me and you coming in here and sparring hard every day, but by Wednesday, we've both got fucked up knees.
You've got to have 2 days off.
Do you know what I mean?
Even don't matter how mentally strong you are, if your knee goes, because you've overtrained, don't matter how
if you push through it, you're not getting the best out of it then, are you?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Because you're limping.
Exactly. And that's where a lot of people struggle as well. Like, they don't know how to manage that. Like, do you know Cain Velasquez? Of
course, yeah,
He was one. He was amazing, but like the training stories you hear, and like but I think he was like 28, and he just started. His body fell apart.
Right. I think he's had like both shoulder surgeries, knees, back surgery, like completely
amazing fighter, and he could have been that great still if he just managed. Like he
and at his peak, he's definitely in the argument as the greatest heavyweight ever.
Exactly.
He was
again talking about size. Yeah, he was like 220, wasn't he?
I think he was about 240, but fat. Right? Let's be honest, he was a tubby guy.
He's throwing around 270, 260.
And I don't know how tall he was, but I don't think he's that much over 6 foot.
No, I think he was 6'1".
6'1", do you know what I mean?
So again, but it's just pace and his skills. Do you know what I mean?
If you ever watch his fight with Brock Lesnar, like Brock Lesnar's about as freaky as you could get, right? Like, let's be real. Like Brock Lesnar was like, I mean, he got popped for steroids, didn't he?
Yeah, he's like 300 pounds.
Not for that fight, but he has been popped for steroids in his career. I'm not saying he was on steroids, but a big freaky man either way. Even if he wasn't on steroids, born with superior genetics than 99.99999% of people. So that's irrelevant to me.
That is David Goliath.
Do you know what I mean? And if you watch that fight, it's over in the first round, but he's just got like that flow to him, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He's not... the thing is, you can... you find your perfect base. Like, if you watch him, he does look explosive still, but he's not. Yeah. It's even like Khabib. Like, he's explosive, but he's not. Yeah. He's not doing these mad, like, bah, bah, bah. Do you know what I mean? It's like you find that... And the only way you get there is the more you do it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Just so comfortable in it is a big part of it. You know, because I feel like, I know it's completely different, but like if you say a swimmer, a swimmer's not power cleaning their way to the end of the pool, are they?
No.
I'm assuming, correct me if you're a swimmer, but if you are swimming at Olympic levels, you're in the pool a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well,
and
Michael
I think there's
Phelps.
something to that.
Yeah, Michael Phelps, I've heard him say about it. He's in the pool for hours, just gliding. Well, look at it. The runners, the marathon runners, they're running, but they're just like, they look like a feather. They're just gliding. Yeah, that's it. And then you see me run, I'm like, but they're just like... because they're efficient. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a famous quote by Jose Mourinho, the football coach. You know what I'm talking about, right? He said about his players, because apparently in pre-season, if I'm butchering this, someone help me out. But he was like, in pre-season when he first showed up at Chelsea, he was talking about like, normally they do sprints in the pre-season, they don't touch a football, all that, blah, blah, blah. And his logic was a piano player doesn't practice piano by running around the piano. He sits on the piano and fucking plays. So you're going to have the football you think all the time. And I think there's a lot to that?
Yeah, I've heard that same sort of analogy with learning a language.
Right.
Like, obviously, it's not ideal to just move to a country, but if you want to learn a language, go to the country for a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just force yourself to be around them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, Darren Till did that, didn't he?
And he learned it within like 6 months. Something stupid.
Yeah.
And obviously, not ideal, but if you want it enough, like that's what you do, isn't it?
That is, yeah. And sometimes it is. We overcomplicate learning, don't we? Maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try it. Sometimes it's just like, listen, if you want to get good at MMA, go and do fucking MMA. You ain't bench pressing your way to the
trying
belt.
to find these little sneaky ways.
But at the same time, to contradict that,
Yeah.
we've all been on the mat with people that are just super strong.
Yeah.
And they're not that good, but they're more of a problem than maybe their skill level should make them because they've got that kind of something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there is a balance.
Yeah, there definitely is. Yeah, that's the thing as well. The good thing about MMA is there's no blueprint.
Right.
If John Jones tried fighting like Khabib, it'd be shit.
Right.
If Khabib tried fighting like John Jones, it'd be shit.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali tried doing what Mike Tyson done, it'd be shit. Like, there's no blueprint.
No,
You've got to find out what works, and that's the fun thing about it, I think. It's a never-ending thing. Like, I know I'm good, obviously, and like I'm doing good things, but I'm like always, my mind is thinking, could that be better? Where can I make that better? Do you know what I mean? Like, is that the best way?
Right.
Always questions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you find you have to be careful with not going too far with that? Because if you question it too much, you end up doing nothing.
Mate, again, it's well, that's the thing. Like, using people as an example, it's like the Cain Velasquez's and like the Khabibs or someone like that. Like, imagine if Khabib's coach proper put it in his head, like, no, you need to learn to strike. Like, you need to be more well-rounded. Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's a thing in MMA. Like, and it's like, well, no, actually. If he did try and do that, he might have got knocked out. He might have, do you know what I mean? Whereas he just went with his strength and, like, no one could stop it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, like a Cain Velasquez, the same with him. Imagine if they was like, stop pressuring all the time, people are going to figure you out. Look,
jab and move,
And it's like, if you listen to that, that could ruin your career.
And it's ruined many a fighter, isn't it? How many guys have been sort of like over-techniqued out of what they naturally are?
Listen to others, where like... We got great instincts, didn't we, in life? Like, and I think you've just got to go with your instincts most of the time.
I believe in that.
Do you know what I mean?
I think you do. You
but it's
train
hard,
yourself,
because the whole world, like me going up welterweight, people are looking at me like, you're a lightweight, and I'm like...
But at the end of the day, you're the one getting in there, right? Not them.
And who says who? Yeah. Like, who made this rule up?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
Imagine if Mike Tyson listened to that.
Yeah, of course. You should fight a middleweight, Mike. Lose some weight.
I listened to a podcast the other day. Henry Cejudo was on it, and he was like, Mike, I thought it was funny. Like, I always thought you was a cruiserweight. Like, come on. Still saying it.
Yeah, still. Yeah.
And it's like people said it about Wilder, Deontay Wilder, because he's light. He's like 40-0, all KOs.
Yeah. Who will never get appreciated for how great he was in his prime, by the way.
Because of the end,
Because of the end, you know. And people will go, oh, he wasn't technical. Listen,
he
didn't need to be
right.
technical.
Yeah.
He knew how to land that every single time. And even, I was going to say it until he met Tyson Fury. Even when he met Tyson Fury, Tyson Fury weren't the animal that he was. He would have done him as well.
Exactly. Yeah, mate. It's... Well, talking about that, even Fury, everyone was saying about him going for Wilder. Even his dad, I remember I've listened to him saying his dad was like, no, don't fight him. Like, you've just been 3 years a drug addict. And Fury knew, he was watching him and he knew he could beat him. Like, he obviously saw something. And he come back and went 3-0 against him. And his own dad, who knows him better than anyone, was saying, don't do it.
Yeah, right. Well, here's a curveball for you.
Yeah, go on.
There's another guy who believes in himself a lot. He's fighting Anthony Joshua soon, right? Jake Paul is starting to fight Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Now, listen, aside from everything, and we're going to get onto it, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if this fight happens and it's a real fight, at a certain point, you got to go to Jake Paul.
Yeah.
The balls he must have
to
get in there with that animal.
Yeah, no,
like,
I agree with you, but there's two sides to this, because at first with all this influencer stuff, I was just like, mate.
And I do look at him different to these influencers.
He's a pro boxer now.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got the money. He's training all day with the best nutritionists, But like, when that first came around, I was just like, this is bollocks. But now I've actually got a complete opposite view on it. Like, you know, there was that stage when the internet first come around and like you got the keyboard warriors and all that. Like, I believe that these influencers now do it, like bringing this platform up is like, I know like he's going for a big challenge here against Joshua, but this like trend of influencer fighting, I actually think is amazing because Now, if you're a little keyboard warrior, let's fight on Misfits.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, what? Do you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But back in the day, you'd get away with it.
And now it's hang on.
No, but you can literally put it on them. Like, what you want? Let's get in the cage.
Yeah. We do it now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, who was the guy that fought Dylan Dennis recently on a Misfits? I don't know the guy's name.
Oh, he got
he got guillotined, I think.
Yeah, guillotined.
Like literally, I'm not exaggerating. I think it was 12 seconds.
It wasn't even a fight.
No,
he just went.
But he was giving it a big one at the press conference, and you know when you go, because Dylan Dallon's a grappler, you kind of got out of that unscathed. I know you got embarrassed, but you're not going to have life-threatening injuries from that. No. Whereas, like, if Dylan Dennis was, let's just say, a striking equivalent level, and one of these buffoons is getting in there with him, this is going to go wrong soon. And this Anthony Joshua one might be that ticket.
Yeah, the thing is,
if he takes this, look what he did to Ngannou, by the way. If he takes it that serious, how this fight can't get out of the first round, can it?
No, again, I agree with you. Like, it can go bad, but I still want him to do it because I just think he's beat all these retired MMA fighters, and that's the thing now, isn't it? The subject, like, he don't beat any. So he's doing the right thing. Yeah. Obviously, he could go a step down first, but it's just money in that as well, probably, isn't it? But
listen, I don't care if you're getting paid £1 billion for this. Like, the balls this takes to get in there against Anthony Joshua, who's at the right. I mean, I know people can argue he's past his prime.
Yeah, he's still 36 though, isn't he?
Right.
Heavyweight.
Proper heavyweight. Have you ever seen Anthony Joshua in person?
No.
Right, I mean, listen, I was in amateur boxing. He boxed for Finchley. Their club come down for sparring. I saw him like when he was 19. And I was 18, right? And it was like you're looking at him going, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never seen a human like that.
Like, to say specimen don't do it justice, right? Yeah. So like he's a proper heavyweight. Would have to literally chop his leg off to get to anything else, right? Yeah. And he's getting in there with him, Olympic gold medalist, 2-time heavyweight champion. What's Jake Paul seeing there? What's he thinking there?
Is it official? Is it the fight?
Yeah, it's on. 19th of December.
Oh, is it really?
Netflix,
yeah, because a lot of these things I see it and I think until it's official. But
having said that, he was supposed to fight Gervonta Davis, and that didn't happen, right?
What am I talking about? Yeah, that's
so. Part of me goes, I'm not convinced fully that it'll happen.
Maybe he's just trying to get more like media and attention, isn't he? Like,
I don't know. But would someone come out and go, "We can't sanction this. This can't happen.
This can't
happen." Do you know what I mean?
We can't agree to this murder.
But let's assume it happens. Let's assume it's a real fight. Like, I'm looking at this going, what's Jake Paul seeing there? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Is he that kind of like? Does he have that much self-belief that he thinks he can do something here?
Yeah, I mean, there is levels in there to the game.
And there's levels between the levels that they are, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is, because he's, like we just said, the only time Jake fought a boxer, he lost. Yeah. And it was Tommy Fury. He's not even that good. He's not high level, is he? No. High level.
No, not top level, definitely not.
So it's like, but what can we say? Fair play if he does it.
I mean, listen,
do you know what I mean?
Because,
it is silly, but... Who's going to tell him not to do it? This is the other thing, isn't it, though? Who's going to tell him? Mm-hmm. They're all thinking dollar signs.
Yeah, but of course. But jokes aside on this one, the concern of this one is, like, this could go really wrong. This is like...
I know.
Like, like life-threatening wrong, right? Because it happens in boxing.
The brain ain't a joke, is it?
Of course it ain't.
And especially like MMA, people say about MMA and boxing, but MMA is like not as bad as boxing. Because if I drop you, I'm finishing you there.
That's exactly.
But at boxing, they can get up 4 times, 5 times.
And the gloves too. Have you ever put pro boxing glove on? It's a weapon. Like,
it
ain't there to protect you already. It's
the
protect my
brain.
hand.
It's like just rattling.
Yeah.
It's like a pea in a can, isn't it?
Yeah.
1 pea.
Of course. Yeah. But will you watch it? You'll watch the Anthony Joshua vs Jake Paul fight, right? Will you watch it?
I'll probably watch the highlights. I ain't gonna lie. I don't with boxing unless.
Oh, you're not much of a boxing fan, no.
I am, but I actually put a post out of this recently. Actually, just saying about how it's just dead at the minute. I think like unless you're Usyk or Bivol and Bertabiev, they put on a fight.
Right.
A lot of it's just. I think it's just boring. Mm-hmm. Like even Fury, I love Fury, and I've always rooted for him. But even like when he fought Usyk, I'm not a boxer, so I don't know how to score it. But I'm looking at it thinking, because he thought he won, didn't he? And it's like I didn't even see what, like I don't. They're just nothing's really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
My personal opinion.
Yeah.
But when I watch Bivol and Bertabiev, they're going at it. Mm-hmm. That looks like a fight to me. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
This is just a fan's perspective, isn't it? Obviously, when I watch MMA, I'll get it more. So, but with boxing, I just don't really get it unless they're like trying to fucking fight.
I hear you, because you do go for, like, as I said, my first combat sport was boxing. So I was in the category of MMA. You go, oh, I don't need that. I just punch him in the head. That'll take care of that nonsense that they're doing. Now, as you get a little bit older and a bit wiser, you start to go,
and
he's got my leg.
And the UFC comes out, you're like, all right, I
don't know what to do when he's got my leg. But like, as you start to, the point I'm making is when I started watching it, a part of you does sort of go with the boxing side of things, like, but he's vulnerable there. So when you watch the fight, it's a little bit more difficult, and you kind of, I'm not diminishing it. I love boxing. I still spar, do it, but it's like, you do see that it's so limited that you score it a bit more like a game than MMA. And
I agree.
Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas MMA is more like they're fighting.
It's a fight, and there's no way to do that. No. Like, if you want to do that with me, I'm grabbing you, or if you want to grab me, I'll get out. But I agree with you, actually, because that's what Fury was saying, what I didn't understand. He was like, I won that, I out-jabbed him, or something like that. And I thought, it's like a game, like you said, isn't it?
Well, have you seen the video of Paddy Pimblett and Anthony Joshua? Right, Paddy Pimblett fights at lightweight, right?
Takedown.
Now, I know they're being cool and playful, and obviously, if Anthony Joshua chinned him, of course, it's a different game. But at the same time, he grabbed his leg and threw him down like a pillow.
Yeah.
And you go...
Yeah, and if you've seen James Toney when he fought Randy Couture, you ain't even got to let him hit. Just do a low single. Right. Grab their ankle.
And if you watch that fight, he literally dives. Like, you know, like...
He don't even know how to tap.
No. He's just like... But also, Randy Couture diving at it was like, you know, like... He was, I don't know, further than the length of this room, wasn't it? He just went, I'm just going to dive at your leg. You get no chance.
Exactly. So... Yeah, that's the way. I've actually heard, like, one of my close mates, Fidel, shout out Fidel. He's a boxer, a high-level amateur boxer, talking about going pro and that, and even he agreed with me about, like, just some of the boxing at the minute. Like, it's just hard to, do you know what I mean?
Really. Of course,
even, like, I don't know, the Eubank and Ben fights were good, weren't they?
Yeah. First one was. The second
one,
one,
I didn't watch, I'll admit, I ain't watched them all.
So the second one that's just happened, it won't have just happened when this comes out, but it was, Eubank was flat as, do you know what I mean? Now, Conor Benn looked like he'd improved, but the amount he'd improved versus the amount Chris Eubank has fallen off a cliff is massive, you know what I mean? That's not a knock on Conor Benn, he can beat what's in front of him, he looked great, but Eubank, I don't know whether it could be a lot of things, right? It could just be a bad night, could be the weight cut, could be he's aged out. You don't know. Either way, he was flat, you know what I mean? There was nothing to him. And it was clear to me anyway, in 3 rounds, he'd lost the first 3 rounds. He probably lost all 12 rounds in fairness. But like after the first 3 rounds, it was like, there's nothing in it.
You just knew he was going to lose,
There's nothing in the tank here. Unless, you know, buying him, chinning him at some point, there's nothing here. Whereas the first fight, it was a great fight. You know, and this is the thing that annoys me. People knock the level and say, oh, they're not elite. Firstly, you get in there with them, see how you do, for number one. But secondly, even if they're not, they're still fighting their heart out, aren't they, to the end, you know?
Yeah, and it's fighting, isn't it? It's not football.
Yeah. Well, listen, how many people have even had the bravery or whatever you want to call it to get into a no-level MMA bout, a boxing, amateur boxing, kickboxing, whatever?
Exactly.
They're not brave enough to even do it.
Everyone talks about it, don't they? But it's the highest level thing, isn't it? Like respect, isn't it? Like you said, it should be. But you get all it's all these just Twitter fingers, isn't it? Like, oh, he should have done this, he should have done that, and they're sat on the sofa, fucking fat as fuck.
Exactly, and they don't get it. But like, if me and you, let's say we come in here and we train every day together for 3 months, and every day of them 3 months you beat the piss out of me. Yeah. It's not like you're going to be going to me, I got you today. Because it's just not...
You just got to look at the message and go, oh, I understand you're a failure.
You're an idiot.
It's like...
it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you understand their type of personality instantly.
You're a useless person, aren't you? So it's like, well, okay, cool, mate. Yeah, you got me. Another armbar was it. You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Because real fighters and real hard workers respect it, don't they?
And you never mention it, would you? You'd never mention it outside. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
To me, the correct answer, again, go back to the example. Let's just say you beat me every single day for 3 months. Bad. Yeah. If we stepped outside and someone went, oh, you two do MMA, who's better? The appropriate answer is, because it's not for your ears.
No,
we know. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like that as well. That's the funny thing about fighters. What I've noticed as well, like they're all nice as anything. Do you know what I mean? Because we know what we're doing. Like, do you know what I mean? We ain't got to prove nothing. We're doing it all the time. Like, if we don't want to talk about it,
and also if you're over the age, well, I'll give you a bit of leeway. Let's just say you're a grown adult. Yeah. If you're criticising someone else, like, You're already a loser anyway.
What's up with you? What are you doing?
You're the loser.
Hate never comes from above, does it?
No, of course, exactly.
You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. Here's an interesting point where we're talking about scoring and stuff like that. I've had this discussion on it, and some people agree, some people disagree. The scoring of MMA. Like, what do you think about scoring of MMA? How should it be done?
So basically, so it's a damage-based sport, isn't it?
Yep.
So there was a fight the other day, wasn't there? That Almeida, the Brazilian heavyweight, and
Jalton Almeida
and Volkov. He got 10 minutes ground control time, but was just literally like that.
Yep.
And Volkov was elbowing off his back. When he did get up, putting it on him, and he won, which I love that.
Yeah, good.
But it just seems like some of the judges are obviously, they're probably grapple friendly, like they probably grapple themselves, so they like the grapplers. But if you look, there's actually a list of the scoring criteria, but it's almost like the judges don't know that.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like at the end of the day, it should just be judged by the criteria.
Yeah.
Like some people outstrike people and then lose.
Right.
And it's like, it's a damage-based sport. Like,
well, here's my thing, and my point on this is that I feel like it's almost too complicated. Like, if me and you watch a fight,
we know who won.
know. So should it not just be forget the points?
Yeah.
Who won?
Yeah.
Charlie, who won that fight? He did. Done. Thank
Mate,
you very much.
yeah.
Like one championship. I don't know if you've ever been to one event. They're cool events.
I haven't, no.
But they score it as a whole fight. So they watch the fight and
no
score
rounds?
it. No, they have rounds, but they don't score it round by round. They watch the fight and then at the end score. Because
I like
the point, I like it. And the thing is this: if me and you fight again, right? So I win the first round convincingly, like 10-8 style, completely annihilate you. Second round's close. Third round's the other way. You do it to me.
Over.
You should win that
Yeah,
to me.
well,
because what I did to you weren't that relevant because you got through it.
I agree. Look at Volkanovski and Makachev.
Right.
Who won that fight?
Right.
In the 5th round, Volk's on top of him, smashing, and he's literally just...
Yeah.
And he lost.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think it should be an element of watch it.
Yeah.
He won.
And do you know what I think they should do as well? They should either... I've actually said, because I'm passionate, like when I'm watching the UFC,
Oh, are you that guy? You don't learn in the corner.
No, but I'm just like, I think about how, like, you've got an opportunity, you're in the UFC, and you're both just trying to pitter-patter strike for 15 minutes. You've been in this fight for 15 minutes, and it's like none of you want to win. Right. I think they should give 2 losses. I think that's what they.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a draw. I really, sometimes
or
if
a draw.
But if a fight, if a fight's close and it's like, who won? Who do you think? Maybe him.
Add a round.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
just have a draw.
or I was going to get to this. Either 2 losses or no, because I generally believe, right? Yeah. Have you seen them fights where the strike count at the end of the fight is like 6 strikes in round 1?
Fights,
I'm like, lose. You don't deserve to win.
Well, a bad fight that comes to mind, and because they're both super exciting fighters, is Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou. Do you remember that fight?
There you
Where
go.
they basically stood in front of each
Exhausted.
other. And it was like...
both KO power.
I can't believe this fight is happening like this.
Again, like my actual opinion, I think everyone's paying money to watch you. We're all working hard. You're on the UFC. If you throw 6 significant strikes in 1 round, 5 minutes, you don't even deserve to win. Yeah. Or, like we was getting to, add a round on. If it's really close, 3-5s.
Yeah. But not if it's boring though, because then if you've got Francis going in there,
one
more round, everyone's like, no!
That's when the 2 losses come in.
Well, it's funny you say that because I used to do that back in the day in boxing. I'm talking about way back. My granddad used to speak about that. Like he was a big boxing fan, he boxed all that. He was at the Royal Albert Hall once, and I think it was Alan Minton. I can't remember who he was fighting, but the ref just at one point kept giving him action, and nothing happened. He just disqualified both of them.
There you go then. So it is something. I've never researched it.
No, but now refs wouldn't be brave enough to do that.
Yeah.
And they probably ain't got the power to do that. And like you've got to be careful with that too, because people could just there's a lot of screwy stuff that can go on.
I believe though, if the UFC put that in action, that would save a lot of aggro.
Yeah.
Because like they would prefer that as well, because they're a money making business. They want excitement, and at the end of the day, it's not even excitement. It's we're fighting. Mm-hmm. What do you know what I mean?
It's a fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Like. If I'm getting into the 3rd round thinking there's a possibility he's ahead, I'm running at it. Like I'm doing something.
So you should, right.
But exactly, like so, it just shows. I think they should just both be disqualified.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've never heard say that before.
In one, they do yellow and red cards, don't they, or something?
I don't know if they do it in one. They definitely did it in Pride back in the day.
Pride. I'm pretty sure I've heard Mighty Mouse say it. In one,
yeah.
If there's no action for like 5 seconds.
They probably do, I've just never seen it. Yeah,
and you lose 20% of your money.
Right. Oh, that'll make.
And that's why in one they're
at it. Yeah. Have you ever been to? You said you haven't been to one. Like
no, I haven't.
They go at it. And I tell you, it was quite fun. I don't like it for the big show like the UFC per se, but there'll be like next fight Muay Thai. Next fight, Jiu Jitsu, next fight, MMA. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
they love it all.
It's cool. It's a bit sort of different.
Yeah, I've seen that actually. They're doing it all, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think the UFC's trying to do that now, isn't they? They've got BJJ.
They've been separate, right?
But separate,
not
on the same night, yeah.
Because I think the UFC, and you know, like people say about there should be competition and stuff. I personally like the UFC being the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And like everything else feeds to that.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
And it will never change. It's like the Premier League.
That's it. Argue for second place. That's number one.
Yeah,
you know
like it's, and people can argue and say, oh, this, that, but at the end of the day, they are the top. Yeah. Like, and they always will be. Like everyone just knows that. They do, like. They invest the most, like do you know what I mean? Yeah, They've got the highest level fighters.
And it's let's be honest, like if you've got the UFC belt, you're the champion.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's no debate that the heavyweight champion of one.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you've seen it time and time again. The Bellator people or whatever come over and lose, or come over, or even in Bellator they end up losing in the end. Like no one goes on these crazy runs.
Right.
So yeah, it's proven time and time again. Or like Patchy Mitts. Smashing everyone, goes to the UFC, he's 0-2.
Yeah.
What?
Levels, isn't it?
That's crazy. It's levels. There is
levels.
Yeah. Even like what the Russians are doing, the Dagestanis. Like, see what JDM done with Bilal.
Yeah.
What happened with Makhachev?
Unbelievable. Well, the thing is this as well with that fight. Makhachev looked bigger than him too, didn't he? He looked bigger in every dimension. Like not taller necessarily, but thicker across the board. Like as soon as he grabbed hold of him, like did you watch the fight?
Yeah.
So like as soon as he grabbed that leg and took him down, I don't know about you, but my brain went, oh, we know this fight's going.
Yeah.
That's how we thought it'd go, but now we know.
Well, that's the thing that there's levels. It's like DDP and Khamzat. It's like those butterfly sweeps and things like that work at a certain level. Yeah. But against these guys, they've been stopping them sweeps and stuff since they was 5.
Yeah.
You've got to get up, like, do you know what I mean?
It's an elite level, and
yeah,
it's so different.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen him rolling with like gold medalist wrestlers and doing
exactly.
Like, do you know who Sajalayev is? The
two-time.
Have you seen him wrestling
with
on a mat with Khamzat?
Yeah. They look the same size at all, don't they?
Well, I was going to say, Khamzat looks bigger for starters.
He's a middleweight. He's like, a heavyweight, isn't he, that Sajalayev?
Yeah. He's like a tank. I think he's 5'10", like, walks around like 110 or whatever, but he's pure wrestler. And like, they're wrestling. Like, I'm not saying Khamzat's beating him, but they're wrestling, isn't it? It's a proper workout. It's not like,
what's the word? It's like even.
Yeah,
it's not like he's just terrorising him. No, it's like back and forth.
Yeah. And like, could you imagine like him grabbing, say, I don't know, who's a good wrestler in the UFC, but not like elite level, like filling in a name. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a normal high level wrestler in the UFC. Yeah. It ain't looking like that, is it? Do you know what I mean?
That's the problem as well. Like, that's why I believe I'm so good, because I train MMA. What comes out of Makhachev and all that doing is MMA.
Yeah.
You get all these American wrestlers going, oh, I'm this NCAA, and then they can't even finish a takedown because it's completely different. Yeah. Obviously, it's great to come from that background if you apply it properly. Yeah. But when you've got strikes involved, it don't matter how good your double leg. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even that, it's the efficiency. Like,
I think the style is different too, and some people might disagree with this, but the American style is more sort of athletic and boom, takedown, boom, takedown.
Explosion.
Whereas the Russians, like we were talking about earlier, that flow of like whatever, they're going to get a hold.
Because they're doing, I've actually heard high-level people say this, that American style was like 3 or 4 days a week, hard, kill.
Yeah.
But then the other days they're resting because they're cooked.
Right.
But the Russians, they're hours and hours of flow. So it's like it's the one that just died, isn't it? Who's the one that just the brothers?
Wrestler.
The brothers.
Sajalayev, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is.
Sajalayev,
yeah. If you watched him back in the day,
well, his brothers, the guy who beat Yoel Romero in the final of the Olympics.
Yeah. Their technique.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And he's almost the wrong build for wrestling too.
Yeah.
He's like tall and skinny.
He's not even massive.
No.
But because he's using his body mechanics and his structure.
Yeah.
Like grabbing ankles and like it's like.
And from all the pure wrestlers I've spoke to, they all say he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah.
So that's proof in the pudding, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pure, but they only get to that level for hours and hours.
You just got to be on the mat, I think, a lot.
Hours.
I know that sounds oversimplifying it, but there is a situation of like you're just so comfortable with someone holding your hips, grabbing your leg.
Their
you just know
reactions,
what to do.
it's like driving, isn't it? When you do your driving test.
Right. Right.
Now I'm like, well, do you know what I mean? It's the same thing because you're in the car for hours.
And that's a good analogy, I think, because like when you're in that car, it's not like, right, Portsmouth to London, ready, go.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're just driving.
Yeah,
chilling.
You're
just doing it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the way to be.
You're in robot mode. Really.
Well, they talk about Roger Gracie when he won a world title in Jiu Jitsu, how he was only training white belts and blue belts. Right?
Yeah.
Now, how true that is, I don't know, but let's just assume it is. Like, he's in positions with live people flowing, isn't he? Really?
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And it's made him good.
I would say that's fact.
Yeah.
That is going with lighter belts.
Yeah. Even if it's not 100% fact, the principle, I think, carries, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like I've got a lot of my best work grappling with people that I am quite a bit better than.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're not panicking about them getting to wherever. Say the back, say mount, wherever. You know,
and
like
you get comfortable there.
Exactly. You spend time there. You know, you can figure things out.
And a lot of that is just being comfortable.
Yeah.
Like you watch it in the UFC or whatever. Like people get their back taken and they're just like, because they never let people do it in training because they always want to win in training. Right. When someone gets their back, they're like, it's just so anal to them. Yeah. They're like, what? Like,
right.
And they just give up. Like they just tap. It's not even on. Like. But when you allow people to do it in training all the time, it's almost like they get you, and you're just like, oh, like, and again, when you're training and never getting like you're given these positions and still getting out, you've got bulletproof confidence.
You have, and you should be in a situation of training. I won't say which one. I was at a seminar recently with a really high level jiu-jitsu guy, and I'm assuming the guy who I was paired up with for a particular period of this, thing was probably blue belt level, but he was going absolutely fucking nuts. Like he just showed us a drill, the guy, right? Yeah. And it was like flowing here, flowing there, and I was flowing and whatever. Yeah. This guy is treating it like it's ADCC. Oh. So I just went, yeah, cool. Yeah. And he was like, but I didn't. I was like, but just
well, I've heard,
settle. You're gonna twist your fucking. I wasn't worried about me. I was worried about him. He was gonna twist his own fucking knee off. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. I've heard John Jones say that in an interview actually on Joe Rogan's podcast about when, because obviously he's the champ, isn't he? Like people are coming to his gym and like they imagine if I can knock out the champ in training. That so they're going up to it. He's like, oh, doing a round, whack. Yeah. And he's just like, I'm never going to go with you again. Well done. I'm never going with you again. Out, right? Yeah.
Well, I've had this conversation with loads of people, and I believe in it myself. I do it. It's like, if you've got a spazzy beginner in the gym, take him down, tap him quick. Take him down, tap him quick. Then play. Let him know first of all, because otherwise it's like I'm not letting you twist. Even if it's simple, like you twist me big toe. Like,
you got to let him know. I don't need a limp
for the day.
Got to let him know.
You know what I mean? Because, there is an element of like guys trying to win. And you listen, don't get me wrong, you've got to try and win at times, but there's a time and a place, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? 100%. It's not every single time you go on a mat that you've got to be King Dom.
100%.
But like going forward with you, like you're obviously self-belief ain't an issue, right? Like I'm assuming when I say what's the goals in this, I know the answer anyway. But where do you want to go with your MMA career?
UFC belt, without a doubt.
Right, you do, yeah.
Yeah, I've been training for a while now. I've seen what everyone else is doing, like. Some people have just got it, and I know I've got it.
Well, do you know what I like seeing from you saying that is like, because you can imagine the amount of people have asked this question to, and a lot of them go, well, see how it goes. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know where it ain't going if you say that, right?
No, like I said, my career, everything, don't give a shit.
Right.
Like literally the day I start, like I said, when I got that last opportunity for that fight, that amateur fight, I just took, because in my mind I thought, why wait?
A lot of people wouldn't do that, by the way. A lot of people would say they would.
Everyone literally was like, you mentor.
But a lot of people say they'd do that. I'll take any fight, any time. But when they go, we've got a middleweight fight for you in 2 days, you go,
I've been in Ibiza.
I don't know, Yeah. When the moment's there, people react different, don't they?
But literally, I've always been that guy. Like I say, it might be God-gifted, I don't know. But like I said, with everything, when I started carpentry, I was just like, I was an apprentice, and I was just like, seeing the other apprentices, I was like, I don't know, just competitive, like, I need to get my tools quicker, I need to ask for Saturdays, I need to do Sundays, I want to get on price, smash the price workout, and then like, all of a sudden I've got my business, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a definite personality trait.
Yeah, exactly, and as soon as I walked in the MMA gym, I just thought, like, looking at all the other champions, like, why not me? Do you know what I mean? It's just like...
And it's hard, especially like, you know what it's like being a beginner. You're getting beat all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
But still go, man, I'm going to be the best anyway.
Yeah, literally through it all, that makes me laugh actually, because that was me. The first few months, I'm getting tapped like 6 times around, and I'm thinking, but in my head, I'm like, I'm still, give me like a year, and I'm going to be getting you back. Yeah. And I did.
But that's the way to start, I think, anyway. Yeah. Because like, you can go 2 ways. Like, you could be getting tapped 6 times, and you go, Oh man, I'm
This
no
ain't
good.
for
Like
me.
I've done things like I've had people come into my classes recently, and that, you know, at the end we do like a roll or whatever. And by the way, I'm not making myself out like I'm some Gordon Ryan of Jiu Jitsu. I'm just saying, right? I'm just like, and they're like, he was a white belt. This guy, particularly, he's bigger than me and whatever. And we're rolling, and I wasn't going hard, but I was just getting my taps and whatever. And at the end, he was like, "But I'm frustrated." I was like, "Well, mate, think about it for starters. This is you've been training for 3 weeks. Like, if you could get any kind of success against someone who's been here for longer than 5 years." The sport don't really work for starters. Exactly. So like, just it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's an element of it's a long game, isn't it? And I know 100%. It sounds like, oh, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but you've got to look at it for what it is, right?
You have, no, 100%. And like I said, I come into it with zero. Yeah. Like obviously, me and my brother, I had that like tenacity because me and my brothers would play fight, but skill-wise, I didn't do wrestling, I didn't do boxing, I didn't do I've done a few boxing, but I've done nothing. Like, you know, just football and. Like, that's it. Yeah. So I knew, like, the first few months, I was like... But I even look back at it now. I've got all my sparrings.
Have you?
Yeah, because I study every round I do. Every sparring round I do, I film it and watch it. In our old gym, our coach used to film them and that, but here, like, you get them from the CCTV. And I look back at my old rounds from, like, 2021, and I was technically, like, terrible. But I always had that just... Like we said about the fight, like... like a 5 minute round fight and they're like not doing anything. They don't even. It looks like they don't even want to win. Right. But since day dot, I'm in there with like pro fighters. Like obviously we're sparring like gently, but you can. I'm just going. Do you know what I mean? I've always had that. I'm gonna win.
Do you think that the situation where people are standing in front of each other and not enough action? Do you think they almost train it out of them versus training the right things into them? Do you see where I'm coming from with that?
No, like, I've actually heard that. Apparently at that Extreme Couture. Okay. Are you talking about because where they spar so much? Yeah. When they fight, it's like they're sparring.
Right. So no, I wasn't talking about that.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but it is kind of what I mean in terms of like, you know, like some people sort of can train the fight out of them, if you like. Like they become too technical. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They're trying to play too much of a points game, and every time they get touched, not that they're worried about getting hit from a physical point of view. It's just like, I'm not perfect. Whereas, fight, you like you said at the start, you got no skills, but the ability to just
go,
have it. You know what I mean?
And I'm not.
You got to get the balance right.
Yeah. I'm not talking about go as well. Like you know, you get some people go and they're just like getting what. I don't mean that. I just mean like the whole round. I'm trying to win. Do you know? There's none of this. Right. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But no, talking about that, I've even thought about that because I do a lot of flow stuff and I'm thinking, no, because I've never had an issue with that. Right. But I have heard people say that, like, are they doing too much? So that, do you know what I mean?
But I don't think it's too much training. I think it's sort of like too much thinking in a way of like, over-analysing it. When he throws his jab, it's like, listen, sometimes the jab's going to land sometimes, grab hold of him. Do you know what I mean?
There's no perfect counter. No. Like, he might do something different. Like,
we'll look at fights at the top level. Even the winner comes out with a busted face, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like you're going to get hit in there when
I used to actually watch Canelo doing his head work on the bag, you know, when he pushes the bag. And I would think, you always used to try and get my head around it. Like, in a fight, he don't know what punch is coming, but he's inbred it in his body. Like, do you get what I mean? It's like a dance, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It's not like he knows you're going to throw a jab, cross, uppercut, but it's, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, he's moving the most likely what's going to come back.
He's drilling just the most the most likely thing. So that's
you can make an educated sort of pre-guess, if you like, of where the punch is coming from.
Exactly,
you know it's most likely coming from that side. I'm making it oversimple.
Yeah, you don't know the exact thing, but it's like you've got to embed it in your body, like the certain movements. Do you know what I mean?
Right. But going forward to the end of the year, like God willing, you're going to be 2-0, right? 2-0 as a pro. Now a welterweight, none of that lightweight nonsense. Like, how far are you? Do you see from 2-0 to sort of like get into the UFC and start?
I believe my skill set now. Like I'm ready for the UFC now.
You do. You've got that much belief in it.
I know it. Like.
So if Uncle Dana rung you tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. All I need is just to get, because obviously they don't have people in 2-0, 3-0, 4. No. I need to get
not anymore. Used to be.
Well, exactly. But now it's like, but even that is 6, 7-0. Like, I just need to get some nice wins. Do you know what I mean?
So in your head, I was going to say end of 2026. You think like it could be real 2027. You're in.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. You're off to the well, mate. Listen, all the best. We'll definitely stay in touch over the years.
Definitely,
when's your next fight?
20th of December.
Just before Christmas. Nice little Christmas present. Where is it? O2?
O2 Arena.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my next one, and then after that, I'm looking to just
boom.
Keep
You
it
heard
going.
it there, guys. Future UFC champion or just UFC fighter? What are we talking?
No.
Don't give me that stupid look.
Go,
yeah, exactly. Champion. Yeah, exactly. Right. So before we finish, mate, you might have a strong opinion on this because of where you're from. Most important question of the day: which football team you support?
Portsmouth.
Chelsea's the right
Chelsea.
Yeah. Play
Same
the right
colour.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. We worked this out for session 2. But, mate, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
We will do it again. We train as well. I've got your word on that one.
100%,
Nice.
100%.
Always finish with fists up like this. Squeeze the neck.
Come on.
Boom!
Bosh!